Today we're joined by Jamie from Utelogy, a company that's transforming how IT teams manage and monitor their AV and meeting room technology. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed juggling different platforms, vendors, or trying to troubleshoot your tech remotely, this episode's for you. If you're an IT manager looking for clarity or an up-and-coming leader trying to make a bit more of an impact, Jamie's insights will really help you cut through the complexity and regain control of your tech landscape. Welcome, Jamie.
Hi, Todd. Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
So we'll kick things off. What does Utelogy actually do, and how are you guys helping businesses manage their AV and meeting room tech better?
Yeah, sure. So what Utelogy is it's a pure software-only platform. So although we're very much in the AV world, we don't actually get involved in any kind of supply or hardware or anything like that at all. And what the platform allows you to do is remotely monitor, to manage, automate, schedule, and even control the entire AV and UC estate. And on top of all that, we're also an asset management system as well. So whether a business has one building or a global estate, we can help them with all of that. And what we're going to allow your customers to do is reduce downtime, because we can actually fix the issues before the meetings even occur. In turn, that's obviously going to give them a better user experience. You know, they can have seamless meetings with no interruptions at all. And also, because we have analytics dashboards and reporting tools, we are going to give them the ability to make really good data-driven decisions. So if you picture the scene, you walk into the meeting room and the tech just works. The screens are on, the camera is connected, the audio is perfect. That's the Utelogy experience. You can think of us as mission control for your AV and UC estate. We're just keeping everything running in the background while you get on with things.
Well, that's good, because that really actually leads me into the next point anyway, because I see personally, because I'm on the front line and speak to a lot of our customers, that a lot of their IT teams struggle to support them because they become like clunky and unreliable.
Yeah.
So how does Utelogy actually help reduce that pressure and make everything run a lot more smoothly? I mean, you've touched on that it does do that, but how?
Yeah, this is a really good one, and we hear this all the time. The AV teams, they're stuck in reactive mode. They're firefighting. They're jumping from room to room, trying to fix all the AV issues as they occur. Obviously, that's frustrating. It's time consuming, but it's pulling them away from the more strategic, important work. So Utelogy changes that. We can have instant alerts, so it really is instant. We can also allow them to get great data, so this can be things like, for example, room occupancy rates, kit utilization, energy and power savings is a really big one at the moment for us. And what we're allowing the teams to do is turn from reactive firefighters into proactive problem solvers.
Well, look, it's hard enough keeping track of like one AV system, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking even just say a meeting room space. I mean, we're sat in one now.
Yeah.
There's 8 or 9 different pieces of technology in here. So how does Utelogy help the businesses then manage all of their tech in one place?
It can be a real headache when there's multiple vendors, and a lot of the time they have their own management systems. And also a lot of the time they don't always talk to each other particularly well. So that's where Utelogy comes in. We have that sort of unified single source of truth, if you like. So whether it may be, I don't know, Crestron, Cisco, Logitech, Poly, all of the above, or some other one as well, it doesn't matter to us because we can aggregate all of that data with our APIs. In fact, it sometimes surprises people, but we don't actually see these other platforms, the device-specific ones, I should say, as competitors. And in fact, most of the time we've got really good working relationships with a lot of these companies. And the reason for that is, on most new AV projects these days, it's a mixed estate, right? It isn't just one piece of hardware. And the feedback we get from our customers, because we're doing multiple demonstrations every day, is we don't want all these dashboards. We just want to bring everything into one place. Yeah, which is that's of course what we do. One of my customers recently, he said to me that Utelogy to him is the cure for portal fatigue. And I actually said, I like that phrase. I'm having it. I'm adopting it in all of my future presentations,
as you should,
which I've just done. But more importantly, there's no flipping between 5 different tools. You've got all of that information, in one location.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, on that point then, so can you explain how Utelogy actually lets teams see what's working and what's not without actually needing to be in the room. So how can they remotely manage all of this then?
Yeah, sure. So traditionally, obviously, if there was an issue with a fault, you needed to get a tech into the room. Sometimes maybe you could remote in, but either way, generally it's going to completely derail the meeting. So we change all that because we've got everything on the network centralized and we're managing it. As issues arise, we can do the alerts, as already mentioned. But probably more importantly is the fact that we're proactive. So to us, really, the ultimate goal is to detect and fix these issues before it even gets to the meeting. That said, it's not always going to happen, and we do have the tools and the diagnostics to allow us to, see what's going on inside of the room and fix it as well. So you can think of Utelogy as almost like having a virtual technician in every single room. You've got a 360-degree view of the entire estate, 24/7. There's no more running around, no more discussing what's going on. You've just got everything seamlessly in one place.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, another piece of that puzzle, we talk about this as well. Obviously, there's a cost associated, and budget does always matter. But how does Utelogy actually save businesses time and, or I suppose, money, because time is money anyway?
Yeah, sure.
In the long run, with a solution like this?
Well, in a number of ways, really. So, first of all, as I've mentioned, once or twice, we're proactive.
Yep.
But what that actually means is that we're hopefully fixing the issues before the meetings start. So the knock-on effect of that is that there's going to be less disrupted or cancelled meetings.
Yep.
And there's been various studies about the astronomical costs to large companies, with disrupted meetings as well. So that's cost saving number one. We're remote, right? So what that means is that the AV techs don't need to get into the room so often. And they can do things like the automated room checks. And we know, many of our customers that are saving tens of thousands of pounds a year just by doing that as well.
Yeah, not doing that morning run around.
Yeah, exactly.
Checking all the rooms.
Yeah, I've got a good case study, which I'll probably mention in a moment. We've also got a power saving calculator. And what this is it's based on our Automate tool. And we can show customers how, by using that, we can help them power down the estate and save energy and power as well. And I'll be very happy to share that with you or your customers, or if you ever want to work through that exercise with them as well.
Absolutely.
Next, we come on to the analytics. So because of the data that you're going to get from that, it means that you're going to be able to analyse and work out what you maybe need to upgrade, what you need to expand, what you might need to retire. All of this is going to help you improve your ROI. And then the final one is, because we are device agnostic, it means that you may be able to simplify the amount of vendors or platforms that you've got, and obviously this is going to reduce complexity and cost as well.
Okay, you mentioned it before. You said you've got a nice case study that you want to talk about. It actually did lead me on to the next point, because we do want to speak about like a real life example of where you have seen like mass improvements through deploying your solution.
Sure.
Whether that be from a time and money saving perspective or just making life easier.
Yeah.
Talk us through it.
Yeah. Okay. In fact, I've got a couple I can share with you. The first one that springs to mind is actually in the higher education space, and this was University College London. Okay. So across their estate, we've got about 450 rooms, and that's a mixture of like teaching spaces and meeting rooms as well. So you can imagine, the challenge of trying to keep all of that technology working.
Quite a breadth of different technology, of course.
Yeah, and they actually had a pool of students that were doing the physical floor walks of the estate.
Okay.
Now, obviously, that's time-consuming. It's costly. It's not that efficient because they weren't able to check every single room every day either, and often a fault could arise at the end when they'd already started checking hours ago as well. So we automated that process for them. It's an ongoing process, which is obviously saving them time and money, a lot of time and money. But on top of that, what we're getting is some really great data, or I should say UCL are getting some great data, which is going to allow them to make important decisions going forward with their AV estate and other investments as well. So that's one. Another one is Vinci, the large French construction company. Okay. We did this one a few years ago now, and they deployed Utelogy, but what was really important to them was the green side of things, the power saving, the energy savings. So what we did was we used the Automate tool and our power saving calculator to work through that exercise with them. In the first 5 months alone, they saved something like 98,000 kilowatts per hour in power. In monetary terms, it equated to just under $40,000 US, which of course is way more than the cost of the Utelogy software. We've actually got a really good case study on that one as well. So again, we can happily share that with your customers.
Yeah, and we can link that with the podcast as well, so people can have a look into that as well. I mean, finally, on that note, I mean, you spoke about those. You've done a few over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Are there any trends that you're sort of seeing in the AV in the workplace that businesses should be thinking about now to sort of stay ahead?
Yeah, really good question. I think obviously digital workplace technology is just moving forward at an incredible pace. And I think that the companies that are going to stay ahead are the ones that are not only investing in technology to boost productivity, but they're also going to invest in the employee experience as well, for things like retention. The major trends, I think, is the convergence of AV and IT. At this stage, AV is effectively IP based and cloud managed. So more than ever, tools like Utelogy are going to be needed to manage that estate. Despite what some headlines say, hybrid working is here to stay, right? That isn't going away. So it's really important that businesses embrace technology and use technology to ensure they have seamless meetings for both the people in the room and the remote participants as well. We know from our feedback from our customers that there is a very clear demand for device agnostic platforms. Mm-hmm. And I think from Utelogy's point of view, where we see the future of AV and UC service is very much proactive and automated, which of course is exactly what Utelogy offers.
It's just touching on something that you said before around your calculator.
Yeah.
Are you finding that businesses are coming to you to help with their ESG targets using something like that tool, or is that not something that you're getting much of?
It's not a very common driver. What we do find is that when we give our presentations and then we get to that part of the presentation and we show them this and we show them the case studies and the savings possible, then you almost see the light bulb go off, and they won't actually come at Utelogy from that point, but then they see that and it's almost like the cherry on the top.
That makes sense.
So yeah, absolutely, and I think it has driven proof of concepts and pilot schemes as well before. So I mean, sometimes it does, but more often than not, it's just a nice surprise and an additional benefit for using Utelogy.
Thanks again to Jamie for joining us today. So if you are exploring smarter, more scalable ways to manage your AV estate, Utelogy could be your missing link. Get in touch with the team here at ClearVC. We'd be happy to help, or you can go to Utelogy's website, have a bit more of a further look. Thank you for watching.